Hello and welcome everyone. This is Ankita Saini from London. Today again here I got the opportunity to recite some of the great poems. I hope you like it. So as I'm here at London, I would be reciting few poems related to London, of how about London is. And as we all know, last year it has been a pandemic year and still it is continuing. So let's see few of the poems related to lockdown. What is the current status here in UK? And also I would be reciting some poems written by our Recitor sir. So the first poem goes like, about the London, the city London, how it looks like and how it is. London. I wandered through each chartered street, near where the chartered Thames does flow, a mark in every face I meet, marks of weakness, marks of woe, in every cry of every man, in every infant's cry of fear, in every voice, in every ban. The mind-forged manacles I hear, how the chimney sweepers cry, every blackening church appalls, and the hapless soldier's sigh runs in blood down palace walls. But most, through midnight streets I hear, how the youthful Harriet's curse blasts the newborn infant's fear, and blights with plagues the marriage years. This was a beautiful poem written about London by William Blake. There is one more beautiful poem written by a person who first time visits London with thinking or having the image, and when he visits the place, he is amused to see the place and the experience is totally different. So let's have a look. The poem London, written by Elizabeth Jennings. The experience about what she thought. When I first went to London, my parents were amazed that nothing seemed to please me, that everything they praised just left me looking sullen and feeling slightly dozed. Oh, Piccadilly Circus was just a roundabout. No monkeys there, no horses, no tigers leaping out. You see, I thought a circus was always just the same. I never guessed that it could be a lying, cheating name. Actually, Piccadilly Circus is the name of the place here at London. So it is just a comic poem written by a person who visits London here, and by the name who thinks the circus means the actual circus, but it is a place, a very beautiful place here at London. Now, since we all know that we are being in a lockdown, there has been a tough time going on. So here in London, we have to create a bubble. You have to choose like how many members can meet together. So the term is defined as a bubble. So again there is a person writing a very thoughtful for her own self, like whom should she choose, because in a bubble if you once choose here, according to the rules, you can't go and meet to other people or you can't go and stay there. So just a state of mind of one more person related to lockdown. So the poem name is Bubble Trouble. I am a single granny with daughter and a son. I have got a newish life and he is a lot of fun. Now I can make a bubble, but which house do I choose? Someone will be offended no matter what I do. Do I go to my daughter's and help wipe snotty noses, or do I see my son and risk an ear bashing? And then there is my friend who has nobody else. So shall I spend some time with her and not think of myself? Am I a granny dutiful on whom they can depend? Am I a selfish lover or a dedicated friend? This really is a problem that I could do without. In fact, it was much simpler when I could not go out. So this is just a complicated situation for a person called Julie, like how to choose during this lockdown whether she should go for son's home or her own house or a daughter's house. So lockdown has been very difficult. Now it's been a year here in London. We have been in this pandemic situation and in a lockdown with various rules, not opened up 100% fully. So there has been a poem regarding the lockdown on 1 year of completion of the lockdown situation here in coronavirus pandemic. So here it goes. From the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic, it felt like time has stopped. Even though the world was still spinning, at the end of the day, Monday mornings, blues, and Friday feelings no longer mattered. The days and nights felt the same and were filled with uncertainty, anxiety, and stress, leaving many people in a mess and feeling shattered. During the height of lockdown, London felt like a ghost town. Heroes emerged as we tried to flatten the curve, clapping for NHS, the key workers, and the carriers every Thursday night. While schools and offices were closed, children and adults were learning and working together. We are in different boats throughout 4 seasons of weather. If the coronavirus is a tunnel, then vaccine is possibly the light. Public transport in London felt empty. High streets were not thriving, and tourist attractions went unseen. The London Eye seemed to cry tears into River Thames, while the chimes of Big Ben. For over a year in the darkness, we have had to be brave and resilient as we wait for the brilliance of a new day and sunrise. Business closed and thousands lost jobs and careers. Even when we get back to some kind of normality, changes need to be made. Occasions, events, and holidays and celebrations got cancelled and postponed, and so many struggled with mental health and their fears. Like every place in the world, the people of London and its communities are stronger together and need to be there for each other. The situation is not only about the London as it is said, it is all over the world. But this was just an example because I stay here, so the poem was related to the place where I am currently placed. So now here we go by the poems written by Ritesh Ranjan Chakrabarti. So as we know, though the situation is very tough, there are ups and downs in the life, but life is full of love. So we have two beautiful poems related to the situations, ups and downs, and Life is Love of Beautiful by Ritesh Ranjan Chakrabarti. So the first poem goes, Life is full of love. A life is full of love with pain. We can enjoy, learn and gain. Exult with restless, heavenly rain. Try to face all in vain. A life is full of pleasant surprise. We see the ideal sunset to sunrise. Devotion to divine is the greatest prize. Life is one that does not differ in size. A life is full of devotional care, yet we do not spend anything to glare. Devotion loves many, is merrily bare. It is the sister of love, to time to share. The another poem goes, Ups and Downs. Listen to the story of a country whose nice day was in a storm. Ups and downs, sky and water, tunes are in light form. telling the story of those days. Degeneration began then, ignoring seers' worship of them, unseen God, heavenly when. What a martyr, what an artist, dedicated life for all hearts. Liberty came in with a triumph, with a loving sense, with all parts. Land of equal creed and culture, interested to fulfill the same. Society always in action, those are of my life's aim. A very beautiful poem which is very apt for the situation. Like though we are in a difficult situation, but a day would come, there would be a new sunshine, and we would be out of this situation. I hope you like it, and I thank Ritesh sir for giving me opportunity again for reciting such beautiful poems. Thank you so much.